It's day 759. This coming directly would be very greatly appreciated. They were doing Simon Tav Zayin on the Dalit to Mem Aleph. Ramdal. It's a consensus mode. Only that we assume an Isra continues from time to time, but not from place to place. Homar, meaning, but you took cabbage from a plate, and it's a chametz bakar, and you found chametz on a plate, and also a kruv shebachavis. You don't answer. No, sorry. You took konshlo mechavis kruv bakar. You took in a plate of cabbage from a barrel. And then you found chametz in that plate. And also, you don't answer the cabbage which is in the barrel. You say, this is where it was, and this is where it is. This is where it's found, this is where it was. And you say, so the chametz is found in the plate. It was always in the plate. The was never in the jug, the jar, whatever, the barrel. We don't assume the Isser which was here, was previously there. But you find there are chametz in the barrel. That's then even that which would migrate the plate is also. Granted, we say this is where it was, this is where it's found, this is where it was. But the cabbage in the plate was also once upon a time in the barrel. We don't say that the chametz fell into the barrel after he took the cabbage in the plate. Going backwards in time, we do assume that the Isser was there. They said just like now, chametz is found that was also there previously. Now there's a code from this is true at all Isurim. Wrote them at their such as when you spilled a sauce from a pot into kamakor or into several plates, nimtza garin b'karachas, and a kernel of grain was found in one of the plates. Ein mosim rak karazu. We only answer this plate. We don't assume the Isser was previously in the pot. And the Isser b'kedera, but if it was found in the pot, all the plates are usher, and anything of a similar nature. Mr. Bruno says that the Arachronim will hold that even if you find in the barrel, you can make it what's in the plate. And he says, where you can be maker, which is pretty shocking. Found this in the barrel that Yoshbe is mutter. Okay? The Sharatzion says that that which we assume that the Isser was in the barrel. It's simply that the barrel is standing in the place from which which they took from it the cabbage in the plate. But if the barrel moved, we don't necessarily assume that Isser was in that barrel, and therefore was everything which was on the plate is awesome. That's very interesting. These are two big kulas. Okay, let's see if Arukh HaShulchan has any kulas about this. The Mishnah so periktes taros. Similar halacha is in Mishnah taros. Bina zaysim, in terms of avish mikolim nosim so b'matam. First you put them into the container. Zamin keli, what type of vessel? Mina matam then you take them from that container up to the roof. But with Nana, it says nimtza bagag hamaton tahor. If you find the problem, something tame on the roof, the maraton is tar. It don't say that the tumor which on the roof came from the maraton. You say that the dead rodent fell on the roof, but it was not in the container. But if you found it in the container, the dead rodent, whatever's on the roof is also tummy. We don't say that the dead rodent fell into the maraton after they took the olives to the roof. The mizman from time to time, from one time to another time, earlier, we assume the Isser was there. Well, brackets here, but what's the difference? Name why don't we say that? Yeah, the shirts fell into the maraton after the olives were moved to the roof. Okay, I don't know what the Mogav Ram says, but he says according to Mogav Ram, it's not difficult. Um, as far as I just don't know, I said, "Mismal the sound of skin is just makam makam." Don't know how that answers the question. Peter as a mate. Dav sheish daki b'zeh Mr. Shom Perikdam Mishdab b'Mali ad Basar as Loim. There's a inference made differently from somebody who fills up with 10 buckets. Akshiyeh Shom Perushim showing there are many different interpretations. I shall make see there well. Gam Eitz Inyan L'chol Tumas B'Kishash Mitziyosan. Also, it's not to all tumas being as of the time they are found. Zeli Chayv Mei says in terms of whether the tumah is alive or dead. But was Ervin Lamrehem Beis Di Mamasku Kol Kosu Del Rak L'Shuma Kachim Kime Eis LeEis Shemanida. So in terms of Shuma Kachim, where in terms of going 24 hours backwards, as is done by Nida in terms of Kachim, not in terms of her husband. Lamed Vav. Zerosh Chasar Rabbeinu B'Yisrael Yud Beis. So the Beis Yosef writes, Im Mogua Tarantani Golas. If they did Maliga on a chicken, Shnasu B'Mayim Roskim Lavir Noitza, they defeathered it by putting it in hot water. And they found a cracked kernel of wheat in the water. The chicken is also. We don't assume that the wheat came after they defeathered it. Because we assume that the issue was there previously. It's only, of course, it's of a cracked kernel. Well, not of course. That's not a cracked kernel. But if it's not cracked, it's because it's probably fake. It's a double suffix. It's not cracked. Maybe it didn't become chametz. Into some of we're going to say it did become chametz. Shema chakram nafla. Maybe it became. It fell afterwards. So in point of you can use the fact that there's a time elapsed as its side suffix. Then avogad rabbeinu amar kamir ap ena bekuach moshe simcha beis. Even the Ramah was machmir, even where the kernel of wheat is not cracked. Also, there's an additional suffix when it was introduced into the water. Ein lachmir. There's no need to be. You don't have to be machmir. Welcome to Parastan a little bit. See if Gimel Lavdina Kamar Eliminei Minag. As I said, that which you answer is a minag and not the strict halacha. So it says, some say that the Ramah is way to hear, and some say etc. Sounds like Tazi only was matter when it got soft and not cracked, and also only by non, not by chila. Therefore, he says somebody who allows on this when it's soft in a kli sheni, even to the purpose of eating, he doesn't lose by doing that. But if it's not soft, even if it's a kli rishon, it's also mutter as long as it's of course not cracked. So it's stages: hard, soft, cracked. So cracked is bad. Soft is okay. Kli sheni. Hard is mutter even kli rishon, says the Mishnah Berurah. Lamed Zayin. For Rabbeinu Rama Kosav Zelshon, Rama writes as follows: Yesh Mishimatir Afilu Mimligas Tanigos Mishum Darmin L'Shema Achagach Naf L'Sham. Those are matter even by the removing feathers of the chickens, because they say maybe afterwards the chametz fell there. Yesh Mishoros, and those who ask Bishar Basar and other types of meat, Matir B'Tani Goyles, and they allow this by a chicken because fake sveka. Okay, I'm not sure what the difference is. So there's a minhag. We answer by other meat, and with a whole kernel of grain of wheat. I feel that it goes even a chicken. I mean, which was fake goes. So problem if you were using hot waters, removing feathers. I mean, if they were cold water, and they soak the chickens there. Ain't no service fake. We don't answer on a kind of a suffix. And a place I can say maybe the wheat was digested by the chicken. Such as where the wheat kernel is broken. I feel even where you did maligo with it, matikos fake sveka. It's not explaining the fake sveka. Maybe the Arukh HaShulchan will explain the next sif. If there's a mixture of Yeshev and Reuben, there's a great loss. And curtailing Simchas Yontif, Yeshel B'Chozeh B'Savik Isud Rabbanan Shumashu. Make all this in the Savik of the Isud Rabbanan, which is the Mashu, and say that it's okay. Also allow other cooked dishes, with which have a mixture of also tavshil of that cooked dish basar shishu b'mayim that was soaked in water or nimlag, or the feathered chicken kachnim really akan l'shono. This what seems to me, end quote. But tzarich biur certainly requires explanation. This is what it means to say. Yesh b'shematir shen los v'ilei maskin isum izman izman. I mean hashu nafla. There are those who allow it because we don't say that the Isser was there retroactively, but we say it fell now. The Mishnah Taras even though Mishnah Taras doesn't say that, it says we maxi to tumo retroactively, which will have a sifle minay like we saw above. The Kain Lama Kshenim Sashat Samaton to Tomei Agag. Because otherwise, why would we say if you find the dead rodent in the Ma'aton, that the roof is Tomei, name Rashul, the Nuffle, let's say he fell just now. Because we say the Memes of Mamberg is Zayin, Melvas Hatumos, Pasak Kain. That's the way. The guy needs to wear marathon, a gagtor. Okay, even if you find the shirts in the container, the roof is torn. I should because it needs to marathon tomei. The inference of that is that it says if it was found in the marathon is tomei. And from the word that was shagag or tor, it sounds like whatever's in the roof is tor. Even though we don't know the source of the Rambam. Because Mishnah wants to say Pasuk in Tosefta, where it says who if you were taking from the Ma'aton and bringing it to the top of the roof, and you find a rodent, dead rodent on the roof, a Ma'aton Tor, the Ma'aton is Tor. It's found in the Ma'aton, Tamei Agag Divi Rebbe, the roof is Tamei according to Rebbe, find the roof, only the roof is tummy. It's the matan, ain't no tummy, el matan, found in the matan. Conversely, only the matan is also. Viki came on stam mishnah machlekes, mishnah machlekes brisa, like stam mishnah. Even though we all whereas machlekes brisa, since the stam mishnah contradicts, we go like the stam mishnah. Stam mishnah here seems to say that we are maxik ism izman uzman. Mi akapan Rambam pasakin Rambam for whatever reason. But he's the Rambam. He paskin that is okay. Bracken says if Yishma still commercial cost will come in fortune, could be also some for say the Kokli Ashas Einam Ella Bishlosh Sidorim Hanukim Bizman Azet. Kokli Ashas only apply to, I never heard this before. You ever heard this? Moy Nashim Zikin, which we are accustomed to deal with today. Now for Taros. Wow. But it came in the Rebbe by Atzmo Huach Lake. It's possible since Rebbe is the one who argues in the Brisa. That perhaps this principle does not apply in this case. Lamites. According to this opinion, in all similar questions, no more hashto than afla. So we'll say it fell now. We don't see maskin. According to Rambam, we won't see maskin. We smell this man. Come over the chazaka to Israel, just like when a chazaka has been damaged, has been called into question. I mean, hashto to Israel, we say it just came. Had a problem just now, a moment ago. But there, Shlishis Shemachlekes ben Basa Tani Golas. Okay? Now, what about the third opinion, which distinguishes between meat and chicken? Which is Filek Deri Shoyin, Malsim is Mazman. Oh, it's really Remaxik is Mazman. We go retroactively with this. Targonis needs Nisvasik suffix. But the extra suffix by the chicken is Shamai Sabachita Memea. Maybe the kernel of wheat was in its stomach, Minis Akla. It became digested. It became in tumah. Evidently, once it's digested, it's not considered chametz. But there shows the Isser, B'tumah Le'afin. The other opinion holds no, we can't learn Isser from tumah, and even if it went through the stomach, it still is Isser. So I said one could say that a suffix where you don't know what happened, that's not considered to be a suffix. A suffix, but it's where you can't know. That it is a suffix. She says the first opinion, the Mechaber holds that even a chita which was in the chicken, it's possible that it became chametz. Okay, which seems reasonable. But Steve Lamar adds on, more adds on, the Indian minhag, in terms of custom, it's not saying what the halacha is. So if you have minhag shenogu achmir, maskin ism is malazman. Is that we are machmir, and we assume this was there retroactively. And also by the chicken, if you don't have somewhat of a proof that the wheat kernel was digested, because the evidence would be if it was broken and such like. Yesh lachmir. Also, if the maliga was in hot water, specifically, it should be machmir. I would say not in cold water. Meaning, even those who are machmir in cold water become at least don't be machmir double chumrah. They machmir mizman lezman. They machmir so retroactively. Ain't like with soining. We don't say that, and we say it happened now, not previously. Mem that's in terms of the thing itself, of the chametz. Tarovis could go in terms of a mixture. So just from this to cooked dish, they mix into other cooked dishes. Shita sheish lagam b'soin. It could be lenient with cold. I feel shiv shalamar hashtun enough. Even you can't say it fell right just now. The gelon shavada hisachita mabasu yacha b'mayit. So that's where you definitely know that the kernel of grain was with the meat together in the water. I feel b'chamin b'einu badai, or if it's in hot water, even it's not, but not for sure. Amina lenia taroves hashtahu the nafla matzinam hefsim ruba. Nonetheless, we say in terms of taroves, it fell now. Are we allowed to have some ruba mniya simchas yontif? Then because it's a mashus d'rabbanan. I can't see any reason why. So according to this, we just undermine what we said. That you're not maxik issa from place to place, but you are maxik from time to time. No, yesh chokon gamer. Those are going to believe. Remember the gamer is man. They maxikim. We say also from time to time we don't assume issa. The right that they assume the Ramashem being so as the Ram held the way. Me, I feel here even when make that the customer see machir come and son vadel on miskin issa man. If it's cold, we definitely don't assume the issa will say retroactively. Okay, another mind be clean, clear, bishlabah. They have to take water from a vessel to a pot and cook with it. And then you find chametz in the vessel, not in the pot. Mutar tavshil, the cooked dish is mutar. But I mean, hashtun and afla. Says it fell just now. And also in terms of about a mixture, even if it's hot. You better brackets. He says here, "Abach chifris amidol achmir od bezer bachol is too machmir, but kvar dochot vod divra magen Avram, etc." Taz Yichak Yaakov. Chita shlo yisrael gam bach modeh nachmir clown. Also, where the chita was the kernel of wheat was not soft at all, you don't do machmir at all. Memav ma'isa be'achad shnato toch piv chatichas matzah letil sani go b'achlom shneim b'yachad. He took into his mouth a piece of matzah and a piece of chicken, and he ate them together. V'yirgish b'fiv sheish chita, but he felt a kernel of grain. V'zarga macham mipiv, and he regurgitated the food. V'nimtzah chita, and you found the kernel of grain. You don't know if it was in the matzah, but also matzah, which means only the netila of that single matzah be also. Because for sure, what's the time of baking in the dough? Looking enough of matzah b'tzoinen, because if not, but if the matzah when the matzah is cold, it wouldn't get stick; it would roll off. In that case, you would say the chicken and cooked dish are mutter. We say shebatanigo. The kernel of grain was in the chicken, and yeshla in this case yeshla hatir tanigol means shum sveik sveika. The chicken we can matter because it's fake sveika. Safik shem hayab matzah. Maybe the kernel was in the matzah. If it was in the chicken, Shemini Sakla, maybe it's very digested. Or Sheminova Babatsoni, maybe it fell into it when it was cold. It's fake steak of either mean hash to the Nafa. So it's fake steak, we certainly, in order to make a fake steak, we certainly say it fell now. The Lamas give me some Ismail, and you don't believe this retroactive. Even my meat is mutter in such a manner. Also, even when those who are machmir retroactively, from place to place, definitely, Lamas Kindas who don't assume it's the trail goes. I feel nitla choice of a boss or tanagos, therefore even assume it was in the meat or the chicken. Armina shenaf lakan, we say it fell here, now when they were in the pot, or bekogdola in the large plate. In Sachita al Shulchan, you find wheat on the table. Velona damayan, but you don't know where it came from. Armina shal Shulchan nafal, we say it fell on the table. Isser mi makom l'makom. Whatever we say about Machazikim Mizman L'Zman, we certainly don't say Machazikim Makom Makom that it was in one place, it must have been in the other place.